And the level 3, that's about growth and impact. You're already a great manager. Your transition in here is going to be towards being influential in your field. So yes, you are going to be influencer. No, you don't need to start your TikTok account right now. If you, excuse me, if you don't have one, you can, but it's not what it's about. It's something completely, well, not completely, it's something different. It's something personal as well. And of course, it does have 3 stages of growth here as well. First one is about timing mastery. So it's using your personal history in growing, and that's the long-term planning for yourself. Then on the second stage of it, it's emotional mastery. So it's ability to notice and understand emotional reactions, not just yours, other people too. So you're going to understand people other, and thanks to that, you're going to be better leader, better education, better mentor, and you'll know how to influence them. And then of course we go into scaling your business, and that's basically making an impact. And well, as you might know or might not, the basic human needs, the highest one is contribution, and that's what we are talking about here. You will be contributing to the society. Anyway, first thing is the long-term strategy. You already created so many things. If we're talking about contribution, that's something that you don't build for well, like a 2, 5, 10 or even 20 years. You building something that's going to change trends and influence people, change change the history, technically we can say. I know it might sound huge, but technically that's what it is. The little things now change the future completely if you do them. So that's what we're going to talk about, and it's about time as your friend. It's about how to use time to your advantage. And well, I tell you again how people lose motivation and how it's related to time. Well, what stimulates us to go this extra mile within everything that we do? Why technically, oh, simple example, why I just don't do the training for you guys here, why it's being recorded, and why I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. That's the extra thing that I'm going to do because well, I did something once and I can influence other people by leaving it somewhere on YouTube or my social media, and perhaps someone else is going to watch it and get inspired and get in touch, and we're going to work well on making changes for this person, and this person is going to change the life the way I never would, but this person wouldn't have done anything because he or she wouldn't see this video. Anyway, long story short, you're going to use time as your friend, and you're going to play along the way that changes made now are going to affect the future in 10, 50 and hundreds of years. Then we're going to again get closer to the time concept and see well, what we can use, what units of time we can use to make a difference. We can talk about the paradox of time, about what time is generally, and then you're going to get united with time and make sure that it's not going to just slip through your fingers and be gone completely. You're going to learn how to make the most of every single second. And as you know that, well, you might think, okay, well, but I've lost some time already. So I tell you how to time travel. Yes, we're going to learn time travel techniques. And no, we're not going to move physically somewhere there and buy Bitcoin and sell it at the peak, because it's not how it works. It's different way of using time traveling, and that's because of how the mind works. Mind sees everything like now. In here in your head, everything happens now. So when you talk about past, your brain triggers everything like if it was now. And well, we discover concept of habitual thinking, what it is, how it works, and how it holds you back, how it holds back someone else, how to remember you are becoming influencer in here, how to recognize it in someone else. So you'll see how people around you are being held back because of the habitual thinking, and you will be able to well, to help them to change this old pattern and get more power. That's how you change the world. You influence people. Anyway, we're moving on. The next part of this course is knowing what you really need. And in here, I'm going to go really, really deep into basic human needs. That's why, although I work on the model created by Anthony Robbins, I'm going to explain you as well the Maslow's hierarchy of needs and the whole concept of basic human needs. And I'm going to show you how it works. We're going to analyze how it works for you and how throughout, you remember all the other parts? You already did 2 levels, 9 courses each. So that's 18 courses plus 3 courses in this one. You're going to understand now how everything we did before, you did before, basically, how it fulfills your needs and why you are satisfied by doing this course. So you're going to understand what I've used and why I was working with you in a specific way to technically make you happy. And you're going to learn not just to understand it for yourself, you're going to learn how it works and how to use it to influence other people, to help someone else. Great stuff, great knowledge, and I need to admit, very, very rewarding, because, well, technically, you're just not changing your life anymore, you're changing others, and that's beautiful. Then we'll be talking about pain and pleasure, 2 very powerful forces. We're going to discover how they work for you, and you're going to understand why people rather take action to avoid the pain than take action to gain pleasure. And you are going to learn how to replace those things in between. So that is point number 5. Very good, very powerful if you work with people, whether you work directly one-to-one or you teach groups and work well, even with hundreds of people from the stage. Anyway, next one, you know, body, mind, soul concept. It wasn't enough for me. I was thinking, well, there is something missing there, and I put emotions in as well. It's your body first, then you have your emotions. That's how your, well, mind gets the informations. You get emotions, and then your mind can act upon those emotions, analyze them, and make changes, but they are necessary to be understood as well. And if you have that, you can grow spiritually and you can get your own balance. Of course, always you have one part of it that leads you. For me personally, it's my mind. I analyze everything, whatever happens in my body, whatever emotions I have, what I feel spiritually, and what I experience spiritually. So that's basically what I cannot explain scientifically with my mind. That's spirituality for me. All this gets connected in my mind in here. That's how I work. But I have customers that are very emotional, and everything goes to them throughout emotions. I know, well, the yoga teacher, I have someone in mind. and everything is body related. So everything in the teaching and in helping people to develop, it's about the body. And this person particularly takes all the informations about others, their emotions, mind and soul, takes from the body. And it's beautiful. So it's like you see, it's different for everyone. And here we're going to master it, and I'm going to, well, help you to discover which one leads you and where is imbalance, recognize the imbalance. I show you how to fix it and how to make it work the way it works the best for you. Anyway, we have point number 7, that's art of growing. And we are going to learn more deeper and psychologically about what is change and what is progress, and how to recognize the growth, how to monitor it, and how to make growing a habit. If you won't be growing, you'll be feeling like, well, there is something missing, and you might want to learn something. Don't mistaken it with the adrenaline rush, because you need adrenaline. However, it works the same, but on a different level. It's the same mechanism, but it's healthy, and it doesn't put you in danger. So that's the great thing. And you're going to be able to avoid change progress trap. That's how I call it. And you will be able to recognize it in others and help them to overcome it. And that's perfect thing. Then balanced life strategy. Very important thing. I know you might say, well, we're going back to it again. Yes, on a deeper level, because remember, you want to be influencer if you are taking this part of the course. If you want to be influencer, you need to have your life balanced, even if it's changing constantly, and it will be, especially if you grow, your life will change, and the balance will be shifted somehow. It's gonna have to be shifted. And as well, you're going to recognize the imbalance in others and help them to establish the life life balance and strategize it properly. So you are influencer now. And the last part of this training that actually summarize everything is the real lasting impact that you make. That's what you're going to learn here. You're going to fully see and understand how you are changing this world. And I'm not saying it to make it sound huge, but I'm going to show you how it actually changes the world, and how you not doing anything doesn't really influence anything, just makes allows the other to make the changes. In here, if you take action, you're going to learn how you can change technically the whole society if you only want to. Think about influencers, think about world-known coaches, and think about how they change the world, how they influence the whole communities that follow them. You could be one of those. You can be that big, you can be bigger than they are, and you can be smaller. It's up to you. It depends where you feel comfortable and how far you want to take it. We're going to summarize it. We'll create this big picture of it, and technically by that time you will be able not just to influence people, but to create influencer, happy, fulfilled influencer. And I need to tell you, master is not someone who has the most followers, who has the most students. Master, the real master, is someone who created more masters. So you feel fulfilled as a teacher if you've created the teachers. You feel really fulfilled as an athlete if you created athletes. And it applies everywhere. That's to summarize, that's this part of the course. So technically, growth and impact. You had you have everything that you had before, because you've done level 1 and 2. If you decided to do level 3, fantastic, that's great. That's transition to an independent and self-managed ventures that you can build. It's your personal and business brand that's expanding, and that's creating, well, mentors, basically. Like, well, I gave example before. I left it in here the way it is. Like, for example, you are a football player. You can create, well, ambassadors that are going to promote UEFA, for example, FIFA, another one. Whichever organization you work for, you're going to create well, technically ambassadors for the whole movement. And imagine how it can change the world if you pass on the knowledge that you have just to one person. That is going to make incredible changes. Okay, so let's summarize everything once more.